Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, We're back with another reaction video. Today, we finna react to the best Madden of all time. That's it's not a tough one, but it's a very debatable one. For me personally, I'm going to take Madden 08 from the PS2 era. And then my second favorite Madden that I've played religiously will probably be Madden 11. If we're being honest, I like Madden 11 mainly for the soundtrack though. The soundtrack to that shit was fire. I love Madden 11. Madden 11 was some heat, bro. Madden 11 was some heat. Then after that, it'd be Madden 12, then Madden 07, 06, and then 05, 04, 03, 02, 01. Like, yo, like all of them from Madden 01 all the way up to like Madden 08 on the PS2. And then on the 360, Madden 10, 11, and 12. And then after that, there's only one way to describe Madden after Madden 12. It's only one way to describe it.
3 letters. 1 word. S.
But anyway, so without further ado, let's get right into this.
From the early days of pixelated players to today's ultra-realistic graphics, Madden NFL has been a cornerstone of sports gaming for decades. Now, if you've ever played Madden, then you would have a long list of complaints that EA continues to ignore year in and year out. I'm not a Madden glazer at all, but I do want to take the time to reminisce on the Madden games that have come out that almost got it completely right. Whether it was groundbreaking features, unforgettable gameplay, or modes that kept you hooked for seasons, certain years were significantly better than others. In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into the greatest Madden games ever made. These are strictly based off of my opinion, and I encourage everyone to comment down below what is the best Madden game of all time. If you're a longtime fan of the franchise or just getting into the series, this is the list that every Madden player needs to see. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the social club where everyone has a voice. If you enjoy listening to Sports Banner, staying up to date on breaking news, or being a part of social events in real time, then subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button. Now, let's get into it. These are the top 5 greatest Madden games of all time. Number 5, Madden 16. A lot of people may find this surprising, but personally I feel like this game is very under.
Hell no. This shit, I say like from like if you like throwing the ball, yeah, I would say Madden 16 was pretty good. If you like throwing the ball and you had good receivers or whatever, but outside of that, I mean, this is basically just copy and paste from fucking Madden 13. This is basically copy and paste from Madden 13, bro.
3 letters. 1 word. S.
To say this is one of the best Maddens of all time,
Bitch, I'd rather die.
that shit, hell no. Hell no. Could never say that. Could never say that. Hell no. You could never get me to say that at all.
Try.
Rated. There are many unique mechanics in this game that has allowed a more realistic gaming experience. As alluded to on the cover art, this game revolutionized the catching mechanism. I used to be so frustrated with Madden, and
yeah, like I said, the catching in this game is fire. Like if you got a good receiver and a decent quarterback, you're gonna have a fun time. But aside from that, like I said, everything else about this game is just copy and paste.
Try.
ability to accurately allow contested catches similar to what you would see in real life. The problem with the catching mechanism for a while is that you have to be wide open to really secure a catch, when in reality, almost all catches in the NFL are contested. Along with that, the ability to decide which catch you need on which situation was a massive upgrade. How many times have you tried to throw to a receiver in Madden who was open and they wouldn't slow down and catch the ball right out of bounds? Completely unrealistic and frustrating. Madden 16 revolutionized how receivers and defenders interacted with the ball mid-air by introducing 3 catch mechanics: the aggressive catch, the run after catch, and the possession catch. Though it may seem like small upgrades, the difference in those 3 types of catches in the ability for you to decide which catch you need on the situation revolutionized the passing game in Madden and made it a way more realistic and way more fun experience. One thing that Madden has lacked in the recent years is their ability to come up with new and innovating modes and gameplays outside the typical Madden versus play. Madden 16, however, was able to capture this by introducing Draft Champions mode. Draft Champions mode,
I will admit, this was a fire ass mode. This was fun to play.
It was a very fun, innovative way of playing normal Madden games, but having a little spin or a little twist to it that made it very exciting. It was a fantasy draft style that would be offline or online if you would like.
But as Soft Drink TV said in the last Madden video we watched, the dude that made this mode fucking quit. He fucking quit and went to go work somewhere else. EA devs didn't know how to fucking recreate this.
Try!
Allow players to build their team from scratch using random card style draft picks. These games were relatively short, very competitive, and heavily skill focused, something that Madden at times has lacked from game to game. Another big bonus in the newer Maddens that a lot of people don't consider is their use of ultimate teams. Now, there's been a lot of boom and bust in Ultimate Teams depending on which Madden that you play, but Madden 16 actually did a great job of balancing the type of cards you can get, how good the cards were, and added a chemistry system involved in it that made it a little harder to manage the team, but in a good way. Instead of you just picking and playing players like you can usually do on any Madden, the chemistry system really made you have to focus on how you were going to pick your positions and put them together. And then, of course, having to play with that team at a long enough time to build up chemistry between the players. Another add-on to Ultimate Teams is what is the relationship between monetizing and actually being able to earn coins through actual gameplay. And I think Madden 16 did a great job with it, especially allowing solo challenges that actually gave you a fair point system that you can then materialize into purchasing better players or purchasing packs. All in all, Madden 16 was an overall good experience. It wasn't perfect, but it was a good experience and a good taste of what the future innovations of Madden were going to be, while also maintaining some of the good quality.
You said innovation? You put the words innovation with Madden.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
No, you did not just put the words innovation and Madden in the same sentence.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? You what?
Qualities that we liked in the previous Maddens. Moving on to the next one, we have Madden 2004. For a lot of unks and OGs watching this, they will say that this game should be number 1. And for
Nah, they improved upon 04. As good as 04 was, don't get it twisted. 04 was good as hell. Fire ass moments, fire ass game. But let's be fucking for real. The improvements that they made throughout the years, going from Madden 05 to Madden 06 to Madden 07 to Madden 08, 04 comes off as prehistoric, bruh. It was good for its time, but it's prehistoric, bruh.
This game revolutionized sports games and created a framework that is still used today for Madden video games. One of its best selling points was the ability to allow players to be creative. The playmaker control allowed players to make in-game decisions in real time. With the flick of a stick, You could redirect receivers, shift blocking assignments, or adjust defenses in real time. These features were completely new for sports games and allowed video games to transition to skill-based performances. In addition to standard gameplay, Madden 04 also took it upon themselves to start launching innovative ideas. One of these ideas became the mode that we all come to love, which is franchise mode. In franchise mode, this game also gave you the ability to be an actual owner, letting you run everything from your roster, coaching staff, your stadium, ticket prices. You can even decide if you want to relocate the team. In addition to that, you can scout college prospects, track their performances, and run through your team through 15 plus seasons. And one of the best parts about it was that player progression was actually based on how well they performed. So it wasn't based on something that was random where you can just decide that your player is going to be really good or really bad or whatever. If your player was actually performing well, then your player was just going to get better. And that kind of natural ability made it very relatable and very addicting to play. This was also one of the first Maddens that allowed you to go online and play against people in real time on any console. And when you look back at it, we're talking about a game that came out in 2003.
Man, I'll never forget. ESPN used to host them. The Madden tournaments, bro. ESPN used to host the Madden tournaments, and you had to play online. And then they fly you out to Florida for the Pro Bowl. Wherever they was hosting the Pro Bowl at, they fly you out there, and then they have a full-fledged tournament for the next 3 days to determine who gonna walk away with. I believe it was like $100,000. Like, yo, I'll never forget that, bro. That shit used to be lit. Watching people play Madden, but then also learning how to cheat the game to win. Oh, man. I think that's the reason why Michael Vick became super OP in this game, because people was watching their show. I think that's really what people do about Michael Vick and how OP he was in this game.
So launching the online version alone was revolutionary on top of all the other features that they added onto the game. Now, let's talk about the real reason why everyone raved about this game.
Michael Vick, quarterback, Virginia
Pretty
Tech.
much. Most OP player in this game, bro.
Michael Vick was a culture icon and a household name in 2003. Madden hitched a ride on Michael Vick's greatness and made him the game. Not only was he one of the greatest players in Madden history, but his style and flair captivated many young players that turned them into lifelong fans. Most people will never put Madden 04 below anything because, to be honest with you, it is so nostalgic, and to a lot of people, that is actually the very first Madden game they've ever played. To a lot of people, they will never forget putting in Madden 04 and watching Michael Vick's dominance in the game. It's something that no one has ever seen and might not ever see ever again in a Madden game. Real quick, guys, if you could smash that like button and subscribe to the channel, that will tremendously help our channel grow. Also, our slogan is everyone has a voice. So please voice your opinions in the comments below and let us know. Let's talk about this game. But let me be clear, we have Madden 10. I don't hear enough people talk about this game. But let me be clear, this was one of the most balanced games Madden has ever made regarding...
I will admit, this was a very good game. Very good game. Madden 10, very good game. The defense, super OP, but at the same time, it was a good balance, though. It was a very good balance. But the defense was low-key super OP if you played on all Madden.
Playing on offense versus playing on defense. Most Madden games are a race to 100. Defenses were always limited or lacked any type of awareness to have any effectiveness against half-decent players. Madden 10, however, was one of the few games that actually gave defenses better tools to slow down offenses. One of the ways EA achieved this was by just making the game slower. But by making the game slower, it gave you time to make real reads, adjust your blocking, and set up plays like you would in an actual NFL game. One major milestone they achieved in this game was tackling. Madden 10 introduced game tackling, pile-ups, and better features to create fumbles. In addition to making a defense great, it added a really strange but interesting feature and fight for the fumble concept to the game. Now, if you don't remember, fight for the fumble was when the loose ball hit the turf, it didn't just get assigned to the closest player. You had to battle for the possession in a button smashing mini game. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, I hated that.
A lot of people had mixed reviews about it.
I hated this.
Honestly, it was a very interesting, good experience overall. Another aspect of Madden 10 was a more refined franchise mode. A lot of people may have found Madden 10's franchise mode to be a little bit bare, but I actually really enjoyed that because there's a greatness in simplicity. Now, when I say bare, let me be clear. You still had the ability to run your team, create contracts, trade players, do college scouting. In addition to that, you can actually follow weekly updates and news like it was the real NFL season. Another unique feature that revolutionized franchise mode in this game is adding an online franchise. So now instead of playing franchise mode alone, which was fine, now you can actually play it with all your friends. It allowed up to 31 friends, or the equivalent of the 32 NFL teams, to play all together in a giant league competing against each other for the Super Bowl. Now, I will remind you guys, this game came out in 2009. So the ability for all your friends at the school to get on the game together and to fight each other tooth and nail to win a Super Bowl, scout the best players, trade, draft players. It was a very fun experience. And I don't know about you guys, but I deeply remember being in high school, being at the lunch table, arguing with people, trying to make trade deals with people there, and then immediately going home and then conducting those trade deals in Madden. But all in all, Madden 10
I took this too seriously.
Very balanced and can sometimes get lost with people that are really big fans of the nostalgia of Madden with the 04s and 06s, or really fixated on the overall aesthetics and graphics that you will find in the way newer Maddens such as 24, 25, and the likes. Moving on to number 2, we have Madden 08. To a lot of people, Madden 08 was
number
the
2.
greatest
What's number
Madden
1
of all
then?
time, and for good reason. This was the most dense and well put together Madden that has ever been created. The amount of content put into this game was unprecedented and something that we have never seen Madden attempt to do since. Because it was so dense, a lot of people still play this game today because there were so many different modes and gameplays that allowed you to really challenge yourself, whether online or privately against the computer. One of their biggest and most unique modes that they had was Superstar mode. The ability for you to start off as a rookie and live out your entire NFL career from draft day to retirement was revolutionary at the time. Now, eventually this will end up getting more and more refined to allow you to play from high school, then college, and then going into the NFL. But for 2007 standards, when this game first came out, this was completely unheard of and something completely new and different to the Madden franchise. Along with Superstar mode, you also have franchise mode, which is something I spoke about earlier that started in Madden 04. But this, the Madden 08 version, was way more refined than what you saw in Madden 04, but still had a lot of decision making and fun to it. In Madden 08, you had training mini camps that you had to put the player through. You had contracts, trade, progressions of the team. You even had player morale, aging. Imagine in a video game, a player is going up to you and letting you know that he is going to retire. It's completely unheard of, especially when you're talking about a game that came out in 2007. Along with those two modes, we have to give credit where credit is due with these mini games that were in Madden 08. When most people think of Madden 08, they think of these mini games, whether it was the running back gauntlet, which was my personal favorite and really a fan favorite for everyone. Defensive back coverage drill, QB precision passing. This was really the makeup of not only developing your own skills as a Madden player, but something that was so simple but yet so effective in bringing out a lot of fun and creativity and entertainment for future Madden players. And the best part about these mini games is that if you were a big fan of Superstar Mode and Franchise Mode, you can utilize these mini games not only to make yourself a better player when you're playing the game, but to make the player that you created in the game better. So you can utilize these mini games to improve your player stats as you cruise through Superstar and Franchise Mode. I haven't mentioned this aspect in any of my analysis so far because I really wanted to save this for Madden 08, but Madden 08 by far had the greatest soundtrack ever created for Madden. Now I can't play these songs for copyright reasons, but here's a list of the whole track, and
I disagree. Madden 11 washes. Madden 11 washes every soundtrack. You want to know why? Because Madden 11 has the NFL experience. The songs that you would actually hear going to an NFL game. Like that was the first time they put every song that you would hear at an NFL game on a soundtrack. That's by far the best one, hands down. I totally disagree with that. Madden 11 got the best one. Go look up Madden 11 and tell me if you went to an NFL game, you wouldn't hear all them songs. Don't worry, I'll wait. Go look real quick.
You take a second and listen to the entire Madden 08 soundtrack. It is absolutely fire. But with all that being said, Madden 08 was just overall a great game. Not only was it very deep and dense with a lot of the gameplay that you can do, but the normal gameplay of head-to-head that you can play was also just very refined, very relaxed, very loose, not clunky at all. And they had different on-field identities that added on to the player's attribute along with their overall rating. So attributes such as the cannon arm, the power back, the deep threat, things like that really encouraged you not only to understand the player that you were playing up against or playing as, but it allowed for a better gameplay of you utilizing those special attributes to get the ball down the field and to win your head-to-head matchups. With that being said, I do realize I'm going to have a lot of frustrated people in my comments saying that Madden 08 should be the number one on my list. And as I've stated before, I don't blame a lot of people for putting Madden 08 as the greatest Madden of all time. However, I do have one Madden that I think it's even better than Madden 08. This Madden had the insane ability of bringing in all of the nostalgic feels of things that we enjoyed over the older Maddens and all of the new innovative aspects that we enjoy about the newer Madden games. And with that being said, now we go to number one. The number one greatest Madden game of all time is Madden 12. Madden 12 was the most refined, most balanced, and most content-driven Madden that has ever been created. Madden 12 was the perfect bridge from previous gaming success to innovative ideas that identify Madden today. It was the last Madden built for the franchise mode purists, the offline grinders, and the players who love total control of their team. From building dynasties to playing head-to-head to playing Madden Ultimate Team, this was your game. A fan favorite and still long-time success of Madden was.
I don't have a problem with this being number one. I don't have a problem with this being number one. I think the only problem with this Madden was you didn't get grass stains on your players. The players didn't get grass stains. They jerseys stayed clean. There was no grass stains. You couldn't. That was probably that was definitely a big pet peeve. We playing in the rain and the jerseys ain't muddy and got grass stains on them. They ain't got mud on them, no grass stains. Yeah, it kind of like ruined the immersion a little bit because it made it feel like, oh, it's just a video game. It don't feel real. But this was still a good game though. The gameplay, everything about this game was fire.
Franchise mode and Madden 12 was an absolute masterclass. It was a perfect mix of keeping it simple, but also giving you full control to dictate how your team was going to perform week to week. Some of the attributes that they added was 75-man preseason rosters. So then you had to be just like actual GMs and cut your players week to week going into the actual NFL season. You had to not only develop players, but you had to clearly define their roles of who they were on the team, whether it was the franchise QB attribute, the team distraction attribute, the shutdown corner. These roles weren't just made for fun. They were clear attributes that actually dictated how your player was going to perform during the entire season. Scouting in Madden 12 was completely strategic. You had a limited amount of points to spend on attributes and combine stats. So it wasn't just you're just guessing and hoping for the best anymore. You actually had to make real logical calls on what you were going to spend your points on. And then one of the most important features that everyone still talks about when you talk about Madden gameplay and what Madden 12 was able to provide was custom playbooks. For every real football head that loves watching and talking about football, the ability for you to create your own playbook from scratch was one of the most creative, innovative strategies that Madden has ever had. And from a fan, this was one of the coolest things that has ever been done in video games. Think of it like this. If you wanted to, you could have added your entire high school playbook into Madden and then ran your franchise team based off of that playbook. It was very hard for sports games to even concede that that was a possibility to give players that type of control. But for Madden to take that risk, it played out very well for them. And I think that's one of the largest lasting memories of Madden 12, if we're being honest. There's many other dynamics of Madden 12 that they took from previous success that they made sure to continue implementing in the game that made it successful. One of which, of course, are the mini games and keeping that fun and thrill of being able to develop your players while also developing your own skill in Madden through pocket passing, defensive reads and reaction, or just getting your team out there to run different plays to see how you're going to read the ball, how you're going to throw it, where you're going to throw it, and everything. And then once you feel like you practice enough, moving on to head-to-head matchup. See, the cool thing about the gameplay in Madden 12 was that, similar to Madden 10, it was still fairly balanced on what you can do as an offense versus what you can do on the defensive side of the ball. There are a lot of players you will play up against in head-to-head that were really good defensive-minded players and made it very hard for you to score. And having the gaming mechanics that allows you to have a true defensive strategy and to actually make it hard for you to score makes the skill-based portion of the game way more dynamic and gives you a sense of duty to continue to play this game, to continue to be better so that you can match up better against these people when you play online. Now, the number one reason that Madden 12 was able to crack the list as the best game of all time is that even though you could still make the argument of the previous games, of the Madden 08s and the Madden 04s, one thing that this game had that those games didn't have was Madden Ultimate Teams. There were some previous Maddens that allowed you to play with old great teams like
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Somebody saying some dumb shit, look at him like this and say, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up.
Ain't no way you just said the best thing about this game is because it had Ultimate Team. Bruh. No. No. No.
Hell no! Trash ass nigga! Get this sorry ass nigga out of here! You suck! Man, you know what? I'm tired of you! I'm tired of this shit!
Bruh. Nobody, and I mean nobody, fucks with Ultimate Team like that, bruh. Ultimate Team has been the biggest problem with Madden since.
Delete! 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 Delete!
Delete all that shit! Delete all that shit! Back playing with you, piggy!
Fuck no, baby.
The 85 Bears, for example. But Madden Ultimate Teams allowed you to custom make your entire team from scratch, regarding you to utilize many of the legends of the past or some of your favorite players today. But the great thing about Madden 12's Ultimate Team was that it wasn't too overpowered, and while there was an in-purchase aspect to Madden 12 Ultimate Team, it wasn't too overpowering to make it impossible for you to build a 99 overall team without making a single payment. I know for a lot of people, they have spent many nights playing Madden Ultimate Teams to build up just enough points to purchase that next receiver, that next cornerback, that next QB that will lift their team up and make them way more competitive on the head-to-head stage. Madden 12 Ultimate Team was one of a kind and really set the stage on the many more innovations that Madden can do and really should do to make the game even more dynamic and even more entertaining than just your typical head-to-head online feature or your franchise mode. So when I look back at it, Madden 12 is your ultimate combination of every single dynamic that you would like about Madden as a franchise. Whether you are really big into mini games, you're really big into the player development side on franchise mode, you're really big on wanting to dominate and build the greatest football team of all time in Ultimate Teams, or you just want a good, well-run game and you want to be able to go online and not get very upset and angry of the game mechanics that are making you lose, then Madden 12 was 100% what you wanted and what you needed. I'm willing to line up Madden 12 against any Madden as the clear greatest game that they've ever made for the franchise. And if you disagree with that, please be sure to drop a comment and let me know why you believe a different Madden was the best Madden game of all time. I will say that one thing is for certain. Madden needs to get back to what worked for the franchise and needs to do something to reignite the fan base, because
It ain't happening, bro. EA made it perfectly clear. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You can get that shit up. You can index it. You can end that little tidbit that you was about to put that in right then and there, bro. They ain't listening to you.
We getting out of that money. We getting out of that money.
EA is not finna hear that bullshit, bro. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. But anyway, so that's just gonna about do it for this one. I will see you all in the next video. I don't have a problem with it being number one, but me personally, I'm taking Madden 08. That's just me personally. But I digress though. But anyway, so I will see you all in the next video. Till then, deuces.